Hi guys, bienvenidos to Todo Vida podcast. My name is Ashley. If you guys have tuned in before, welcome back. If this is your guys' first time, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I did kind of just go ahead and state on the last podcast that I wanted to show you guys a little bit of who Ashley is outside of all these topics that I've spoken about. And what better way to convey my personality than having two of my bestest friends on the podcast today. So go ahead, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Leslie.
Hi, I'm Khalees.
So they're sisters. I'll go ahead. Yeah, that explains why they look exactly alike. If you guys are watching the video, you guys will see it's literally copy and paste. But just to give you guys kind of a backstory, you guys want me to tell it or you guys want to tell it? How we met or how we know of each other?
You can tell me your words first.
Yeah, okay. So my version is that I started going to Options for Youth in Chino. I lived in Menifee for a little bit, and then I started high school out in Chino Hills. I went to Ayala, Chino Hills High, whatever. But I decided to go to independent studies. So I started Options for Youth, and that's where I met Leslie. From meeting Leslie, she started to bring me around her family. That's where I met Khalees, Nina, her mom. And then since then, the family has grown. They have a little brother, not to tell their whole business, but pretty much the family's grown. And I've integrated slowly but surely into that family over the course of probably 14, 13 years.
Yeah. I want to say 14 years.
Yeah. I was 15, 16. Okay, what's your version?
Well, we did come from Orange County, so it was a bit of a move. And I just remember, how we started going to Options for Youth and meeting this girl that was so funny.
Was I your first friend there?
My only friend there.
Straight.
And I just remember thinking, this girl is going to be in my life for a long time.
Yeah. Damn, she's straight. That opening right there me echó salsa a los tacos. All right, what about you, Khalees? Well, you pretty much from Les, right? Do you remember when we met?
Well, I went to the school a little bit later on, but I was only there for a little while.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tell me why I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I don't remember her going to Options for Youth at all.
Yeah. But I was only there for a short little moment.
And then you went to, what was Chino?
I went to, I believe so.
Okay.
Chino.
Okay. All right. Well, that lets you guys know that. But no, really, though, I was thinking okay, how am I going to be able to show my personality? And I really want to bring on my friends, my people. So, yeah, we're going to talk about today's topic is going to be how to support a friend when they're not ready to let go of a situation or relationship that they're not ready to walk away from. I don't think people talk about that enough. I think that a lot of times we tend to lose patience with our friends. And not to say that that's where I'm at, but I definitely feel once you start telling yourself that you don't have to tolerate certain things, I think it definitely makes you a little bit more selective. But outside of that, I wanted to ask you guys first to start off, what is something about me? Because you guys know me in real life. A lot of people hear me on the podcast or they see me through my business page, but you guys just know me to be me. Mm-hmm. So what's something that the public or the audience may think about me, but is not actually true based off you guys knowing me personally?
I think that if I was one of those people, I was just a client or just knew you through social media, I would think that you're really locked in with just being a super serious business owner, grown, and not see what I see from you. And I know you're mature, you have your big girl bills, you handle a lot, but we could stay up late, literally just talking and messing around and laughing about things for hours. And I feel people don't see that side of you, just being young again, a little girl almost.
Yeah. What about you, Khalees?
I think just in all seriousness, that I feel that's the type of person that you put yourself out there to be, but only because you promote your business, you have all kinds of things going on, and you have to be serious. But since you don't really show your personal life or anything like that, it's a little bit hard to get to know the real you. You're always messing around. We're always going out. We're always doing things. And you're more like a family person. You're very sweet. But I think when people see all the tattoos and you're very serious, it doesn't really show the real you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. That's something I think a lot of people see the exterior and they don't know how soft it is. So I don't like that. But yeah, okay. All right. So straight into the topic, pretty much, how do we support a friend when she's not ready to leave? What does that look like for you guys? What do you feel like that looks like for you? Supporting a friend during the time that they're not ready to leave. I can say from my experience, when I was the friend that wasn't ready to leave, I think that it was really helpful to have my friends to be able to call and talk to. But I also got to understand the part where like sometimes you don't want to talk about it. Sometimes you're a little bit ashamed. Sometimes you want to keep it to yourself because you know that as much as people say like it could just be over overnight, sometimes it doesn't work out that way. Like you can't just completely cut off a situation. You end up staying in it longer than you should. And it's really nice to be able to have friends you can call and vent to. But it's also nice to be able to have friends that can tell you, I'm going to support whatever you do and I'm going to love you regardless. But I notice these things, or I see my friend changing like this, or I notice that these things aren't good for you. And I love you enough to trust you that you will make a better choice, you know? Mm-hmm. So I was really thankful for that. But from the opposite end, what do you guys think that looks like, being there for somebody who's not ready to leave?
I think just the saying, be a good friend. It's a lot more, like, it's a lot easier than people make it seem, because all you have to do is show up. All you have to do is be there and support whatever your friend wants, because at the end of the day, you're gonna feel like your friend, you know, it's always gonna be easier when you say what should happen, or she should just do this, or she should just do that, but not until you're in that situation. Do you understand? And it takes a good friend to know that whatever your friend's going through, it doesn't matter, because that's your friend. Like, you're gonna support how long they want to be there. You're gonna answer all the calls. 1 minute she hates him, and the next minute, oh, well, you know, we're just laid up watching a movie. And you know what? That's none of my business. My business is my friend. So no matter what the situation was, I was always 10 toes down. And that's how it remained. And that's how it's always going to be.
Yeah. What about you, Khalees? How do you feel like it's important to show up for someone who's not ready to let go?
I think someone will let go when they're ready to let go. So I feel like I've always been a supportive friend. It doesn't matter what we're doing. If we're going to go ride past your man's house and see what he's doing, if we're going to go have dinner with your man, or if we're going to go be supportive with your man, it doesn't matter what we're doing. Girl, I'm there.
Yeah.
But if it's a very toxic situation and I'm your friend, I feel like the only thing I can do is give you my advice and tell you that you need to value yourself and respect yourself. And of course, you have boundaries just like everybody else does. But ultimately, I can't push you to do something that you're not ready to do. So if you're not ready to leave that man, there's nothing that I could do besides support you as a friend. Because I can tell you all the bad qualities that he has, but at the end of the day, I'm not laying with that man. You are.
Yeah.
So only you know why you don't want to leave your man.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's very hard to be in that situation, because you want to be a friend, you see your friend, you value your friend, but I don't know who her man is like that in bed, you know?
Yeah.
It's very different. So I guess speaking
like behind closed doors, you don't know how they are.
Right. Yeah. Right. So I feel like as a friend, I can support you in whatever you'd like to do. But I think when you're ready to take off those love goggles, then you'll see for yourself that, you know, you're worth more. And, you know, just every little thing, I feel like you'll really see
it more clearly.
Right.
Do you ever feel like, because in my personal experience, I've always been the friend to, at one point I did kind of question more like I would never say things like, oh, she asked for it or she decides to stay there. My main like concern was always like, how do people get in a situation that bad?
Right.
Like, how do you not see the things beforehand that bad? And I think that that's where people don't talk about that enough, that like when a situation really is that bad, which we kind of talked about it a little bit off camera, that it almost becomes like a back and forth. Like the reason why your friend might be returning to this person, because it's like that instant, I don't know what to call it. Like the best way I could describe it is it's like having a spell on you. You know,
right. Oh yeah.
You can't.
It's the love goggles for sure.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Yeah,
for sure. But have you ever caught yourself questioning like, how does someone get stuck there? You know, or do you think that eventually the people that do see things like that eventually get put in a position where they can't leave right away or decide not to leave right away?
Definitely. I feel like you know, growing up or, you know, being around certain friends or just however, you know, what direction life takes you, you hear certain phrases and they're just phrases to you until you're going through something where you hear, you know, love goggles and until you're going through it. So you're like, oh man, I didn't even see that things were like that. Or you hear, I remember I heard someone say, because he love bombed you. And I was just like what is that?
I'd be like, he didn't love bomb me. He really, really tried hard.
And then you like finish, you're going through things with him and you realize like he's said all these things to win you over. But then time passes and you realize that things are not going that way. And I'm like, oh my God, he love bombed me. And I'm like, oh gosh, like now I know what that means.
Yeah.
So all these phrases don't become phrases. They're like, I went
You're
through
just
that.
living
Like
through them.
Yeah. No, definitely. I think more people, as you experience life, get caught in any kind of situation. I specifically, just based off personal experience, I talk about like relationships, because earlier today when we had kind of like a debriefing about today's topic, we kind of did talk about how relationships are really important, and the relationship that you decide to have with a partner is probably one of the most important relationships that you're going to have in your life.
Right.
Why do you guys think that is? And yeah, why do people stay in them longer than they should?
I think people stay in them longer than they should because sometimes they don't see the value in themselves. I feel like when you're with your partner, it's the honeymoon phase, everything's going well. But I feel like over time, when things do get bad or do get difficult, it's like a make or break. Your partner is either going to show out and let you know that everything will be okay. They're going to show you all the love that they need in order to get over that issue, or it can go the other way. And you're really going to see your self-respect go down. You're going to see how much you're going to put up with them, or how much they're going to test your boundaries so that way you could stay with them. So I feel like it definitely goes one of two ways.
I feel like just like Khalees said, you know, when you're in a situation, like it's the honeymoon phase, and then, you know, you get a little bit deeper into it where you guys get comfortable enough to start, you know, arguing about little things. And then it's one or the other, you know, it's either it gets fixed or it doesn't. And I feel like if it gets fixed with whatever situation it is, you know, you might have found your person. Like, we can get through this. Oh, we got through that. We got through this. So then you decide, you know, let's take it a step further and let's have a baby. Let's get married, you know, and that's how it should be. But with other times, I feel like when relationships don't work out, and the reason why you can't leave them sooner than you know you should is because you hang on to the thought of what could have happened, or how he could have fixed things, or how things could have gone differently. So because I've been in situations like that where I hang on to the potential of what this man could have or what he could give me. And maybe, you know, I know I'm not the only girl that has probably sat there and thought, you know, this didn't work out how I wanted to, but, you know, I'm going to give him more time because I think that eventually things can get better. And then you just realize how much time you wasted because things, you're going to keep thinking like, oh, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. But then you realize it's been 3 months. It's been 6 months. It's been a year and things are still not better.
And I think you see that when you have those friends that you can call and talk to, because eventually you catch yourself talking about the same thing over and over. Right. And that's where it's important to have friends that are going to show up and allow you to talk about it. And I was thinking about it right now, right? And I was like, you know, while there's people out there that can relate, because this topic does correlate the most in relationships, I was trying to think about it. I was like, well, maybe this can happen in families too. But the thing is like, no, because based off of, again, just personal experience, like, for example, I'll have my homegirls, for example, you two are sisters. I'll have you guys sometimes call me and vent about the other sister or whatever, right? But you always keep it like neutral. And you say, okay, well, they're going to eventually get over it, right? Because I've seen it happen time and time again where I don't get involved, you know, because I know eventually they're going to get over it. With the partner, though, it's different because you don't have to be with them. You don't have to be around them. You don't have to spend time with them. You choose to. So when you end up having the friendships where you can call and talk about over and over again, you even catch yourself kind of really telling yourself like, you don't really see you're talking about the same thing over and over and over again.
Right.
One thing that was also really helpful, because we talk about how it's important to be there for your friend.
Mm-hmm.
But my friends here, their dynamic is very different as far as like who they are. It's like literally like what is it? Sugar and spice.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I could describe it the best. Okay, so Leslie is my lover girl, my sweet friend, my nurturing friend. Like she's just very, very nurturing, loving, and just overall pink. Like that's what she is, you know? And Khalees, on the other hand, she is feminine in her appearance. She's feminine in like the way she carries herself, but her mindset is very straightforward. It's very without the like emotions. So it's like I get the best of both worlds. And there was a point in time where while I had my best friend that I could always call to and talk about the situation, and she'll tell me, I love you, I support you no matter what you do. I also had someone else to tell me like, I love you too. I support your decisions, but I just want to let you know, I see how bad this is draining you. And it's sad.
Right.
And I think because I had so much of the friends that were being there for me, which 100% appreciated because I needed that too.
Mm-hmm.
I eventually had that friend that told me like, well, I get it. This and this is going on. Let's not like let's not take away from what's going on. Let's say exactly what's going on, right, Ash? Because you've told us a million times. X, Y, and Z is going on. Or whenever it's your friend telling you, but you're like, okay, X, Y, and Z has gone on. We see it. This is causing you to disrespect yourself here. This is causing you to degrade yourself. I know you see that, or I'd hope you see it. I love you. Regardless, I'm always here. But I just want you to know as a friend, I know you'll be ready to let go when you let go, but this is sad. And I think that that's important too. So maybe you can kind of tell us a little bit more on that. Like how or where is it beneficial to be honest with your friend in that aspect too, to let them know like, I see what's going on. I see that you know what's going on, but you're still going to stay. No judgment though. I still love you. But do you think that it's beneficial to also maybe like tell them the truth or give them a few days to where, you know, they don't have someone to constantly let out that emotion and they kind of have to sit with it a little bit more. Do you think that's helpful?
I think that I'm always honest. I'm a very honest person, especially with my friends, because I just feel like there's no need to sugarcoat anything, especially in situations like that. If I see that who my friend really is and she gets in a relationship and everything is sweet, but it starts to drain her and she's just not her anymore. I'm not seeing her that much anymore. She's not posting herself anymore. She just has no life to her. Her world is gray. And obviously I'm involved in it. Not in all the mess, of course, but just seeing it in real life as a friend, it's gonna do something to me also. Like it's gonna upset me in a way where I'm not able to do anything besides give you the love and advice. But I feel like it hits a certain point where everyone, of course, you have a bunch of friends letting you know what, I'm here for you. Everything's going to be okay. Like you'll leave when you're ready, or, oh, you don't have to leave. I'm still supportive. But at the end of the day, I feel like you'll always need that one person to let you know, like, girl, you got to stand up. Yeah. Like, because it gets to a point where you have so many people telling you like, no, you got this. Like everything's going to work out. Everything's going to be okay. But you always need that one person to actually tell you the truth. Oh, yeah. Like, girl, you know damn well it's not going to get better. Like this has happened. This has happened. It's only going to get worse. So when are you going to be ready to stand up and respect yourself and leave the relationship? Because as a friend, I can only hold you up for so long. But if you're not respecting yourself enough where you need to walk away, then I can't be that friend for you. Because if I start hanging around people that are not respecting themselves, that keep knocking themselves down, that are still with someone that just ultimately doesn't respect you, and you're going in bed with them every single day, and I'm your friend acting more of a man to you, you know,
more respectful, more considerate.
Right. Then it's like, girl, like it has to come a point.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think that once it gets to a point where you have to tell someone the truth and knowing the difference too, because sometimes your friends don't want the advice, whether it's beneficial to them or to a certain extent enabling to them, right? Without realizing. I think it is also beneficial that once they're getting that advice and they're getting told that it's also time to wake up, there's also moments where your friend just wants to vent. And it's important to have that patience with them to let them vent in moments, because you might not know how bad that person actually needs it. And that's something that last year really taught me, really humbled me, because I was so stuck in my own world of the business and my own like mental health and just trying to navigate life in general. That's something I kind of lost touch of. And also too, because once you get into a relationship and it starts to drain you, like you said, your world starts to become gray. So It is really important to be able to have friends that tell you the truth. How do you think it feels on the other end of a friend seeing that person's light get drained?
I feel like it just becomes sad because your friend is not your friend anymore. It's like seeing how your friend used to be or how she used to act, or even certain situations like with me and my sister. There's been plenty of times where she's going through something or I'm going through something and we are attached at the hip. So if she's sad and I know she's not hitting me up to go have brunch or to go shopping or things like that, and I know she's in a relationship and I know things are not that sweet or vice versa, then we just know that we're not at our best state. Of course, we're going to support each other. And like you said, when do you know when your friend wants to vent or when they need the advice? And I feel like the best way to know that is when they're starting to get into it. You say, hey, friend, is this a venting moment or can I tell you something? And just accept it. If they say yes, yes. Or if they're there to vent, then just hear them out, be a good friend, and that's it. All they need is a listening ear. But I feel like if you really feel like you need to let them know something, then I feel like you kind of have to sugarcoat things a little bit, because ultimately, if they're not ready, you don't want to ruin that friendship.
It's the delivery. It's the delivery.
Right.
And it's also good too, to where sometimes you can calculate asking the question to where it's reflective more than judgmental. Because something that you said that's important is girls don't like, you didn't say this part, but you said how, you'll be wanting to give your friend advice and you have to be able to kind of find a way to tell them. I think the most important part is the delivery, but also too, when your friends are giving, or you're asking your friends for advice, or your friends are giving you advice, while there's a part of the audience members right now that are listening and they're saying like, yeah, that's the exact kind of friend that I need. I just need somebody to listen to me. There's also an audience member that's probably like, okay, but how do I know when is too much? Something I was telling you guys is I think it's good to be able to give your friend a few days, because you can tell, or I don't know if you guys have ever had this moment where you get on your phone and you start calling everybody in your call log because you need to vent, you need to express it. And then you start calling everybody in your call log and nobody's answering. Yeah. I feel like that's a way of God telling you, like, you need to figure this one out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You need to sit it out.
You're, in that moment. And not to like bring old things up, but this Saturday when I called you and it was 2 a.m, and I know that you stay up until your eyelids get tired.
No, me.
And I was like crying, and I only called you once, but I even told myself, like, if my girl doesn't answer, I know that I have to figure it out. And you didn't answer. And I just remember thinking, like, she's always awake. So I need to just take a deep breath. And I need to do what feels right and like take this for what it is and try to figure out what the best thing for me to do is.
Yeah. Sometimes we do get caught up in that, or where I'm at now too. And you said it's right. It's pretty spot on. You're like, once you realize you don't have to tolerate certain things, because I'm not going to lie, y'all. Once I was done with that breakup, tell them what happened.
Wasn't wanted babies outside. Babies outside.
No, really though. It was like everybody was telling me, like, dude, you got your glow back. Like, you got your glow back. And I think it just goes to show how much being around the wrong person could really drain you. Yes. But it's weird. I don't know why. Like, with most relationships, and people that hear this, there's relationships and there's different branches of relationships, right? There's like family relationships, friends, relationships with the partner. And what sticks out the most is the relationship that you choose to have with another person, because you can't pick family, right? Your friends, yeah. A lot of times though, friends don't make it because they're not, like, some people either are not good friends or it's like still very surface level. But yeah, there's different branches of relationships, but with specifically intimate relationships, romantic relationships, you choose to be with that person. Something you said earlier was like, being with that person is literally the foundation to your entire life. So when people get caught up in a situation that they're not ready to leave yet, it consumes not only them, consumes the way that they look, it consumes their environment, and it can even consume the way that they interact with the people that they love the most, because now that person is also seeing it too. They're either seeing it or they're hearing about it. So being on the other end, it pretty much, that really, really does suck. Another thing that I wanted to go ahead and talk about is, why would you say that, okay, so girls tend to get in these positions or get put in these positions because they hold on to potential, because rooted more from emotion, right? The good moments, the good times, the whatever happened behind closed doors, those type of things. Why is it that when women are not in tune with that like super emotional side, why is it that it's labeled as like a bad thing? Because no one talks about, we were talking about here how when you're not ready to let go of something and you stay in it, but no one talks about how like the sweet shit gets you stepped on. A lot of the times it gets you stepped on. Right. So I know we have a lover girl, but Spice, can you tell me like a little bit more on that? Why do you think it's beneficial for a woman to not be so rooted in her emotions, despite the fact that we keep in mind that we're programmed like that? Yeah. Some of us just have that gift, though, that they're able to detach. How do you think that's good?
I feel like it's definitely deep-rooted. I feel like I've always been that way. I've just always been very detached from my feelings. Even when I was younger, I just always felt like that, like, if I don't feel it, then I don't see it. And if I don't see it, I don't care about it. And it's fine that way. And I don't know, it just came from when I was younger. But I feel like there's plenty of other women that are just like me that feel the same way. And it took me a long time and a lot of learning and a lot of self-love and learning to realize that being a lover girl is okay and being in touch with your emotions is okay. But I feel like I still have that in me where it's like, out of sight, out of mind. Like, if I'm not feeling it, then it's perfectly fine with me. Then it's just easier not to get hurt that way. So I feel like if you put all your eggs in one basket, if you're showing all your love and all your appreciation, you're going to get stepped on no matter what. And I have a client that once told me, you always have to find a man that will love you more than you love him, because it'll never work out the other way. And I've seen plenty of friends, plenty of family members that have gone through that, where they put all their love into someone, they shower them with love, and it just goes the opposite way. But I've found that if you're not really in touch with doing that for a man, that they'll be more keen to give you something back. Mm-hmm. Not materialistic wise, but just emotionally, they're drawn to you more. They want to have a conversation with you more. They want to see how your day's doing. They want to buy you flowers. They want to take you on a date. They want to treat you better. But it's because you're not on them. No, really.
I think it's the whole predator versus prey thing.
Right.
Like, it really just entices them. Like, the less you give, the more I want.
Right. But I think it's just like a mystery. You're just a big question mark, because when you let them know, oh, I like you. I think you're handsome. Let's go out. Oh, you have this going for you. Oh, okay, I love all these qualities. This is what I want in a man. This is what I need. This is what I want. Then a man learned you and knows exactly what it takes to be with you or to get what they want from you. And then that's it. They're done. But when a woman is standoffish, or I would like to say me, I guess, when I'm more of a mystery. Well, let's see what we can do. Okay, let's go on a date, but I'm not going to give too much of myself. Okay, well, you'll learn that over time. Then it's more like, okay, well, I'll see you next time and I'll learn a little bit more. Okay, well, I'm going to see you the next time and I'll learn a little bit more. And I feel like it reels them in more because they really don't know you yet. And I feel like it takes a longer time for them to actually get to know you and to see who you really are, rather than a woman that puts it all at one point and gives them basically a script exactly how to get what they want.
Okay. Because, you know, I got to spice shit up a little bit, okay? She's like, not too much. I'm like, no. Okay, so your perspective is like that, right?
Right.
And which is pretty spot on. It's honestly pretty accurate, right? Have you ever found yourself in a position where you stayed in something longer than you should have And that could have been in the past, but what did you learn from that position? And how did you get to that mindset now? Like,
I think that I just felt like I wasn't creating any real connection by being my true self. So I felt like, you know what? Let me go ahead and be a lover girl. Let me get more in touch with my feelings. Let me just think outside the box, right? Let me give all of myself to someone emotionally right off the bat. And let's just see how it goes. Because what if I'm not creating these connections because I'm being my true self? So let's switch it up. So I did. And I feel like I opened myself up to a certain person, and it really did a number on me. Because not only did I put all my eggs in one basket with that person, but I opened myself up emotionally, and I let them see my true self. And all it did was exactly what I knew it was going to do, and it gave them a playbook on exactly how to play me. And it took me a long time to learn the way I need to be loved, but not by somebody else, just internally with myself. I took a long break from relationships or to trying to get to know anybody. I took my time to find me and the self-love that I needed by myself, because you can't love anybody else if you don't even love yourself. So you got to figure out yourself first, learn yourself first. What do you like? What do you like to experience? Your self-respect, all of that stuff, and really find yourself before you can even get to be in a relationship with anybody else.
Yeah. During those moments, did you have that support system to reach out to? Did that help, or what kind of helped you cope with that?
Of course. I always have my sister.
She does love you. I'm just kidding. She does love you. Okay. And for you on the other end, just being a lover girl and getting caught in those situations that you probably don't want to be in, what advice, same way Khalees gave her advice, what advice would you give to someone who is not ready to let go? And what advice would you give to their support system to be there for them?
To those still holding on to maybe that situation or that relationship or that person, girl, let it go. It ain't gonna do you no good. I just feel like the longer you hold on, you're not holding on to that person. Once you've already, and this is for those who've already determined that this might not be their person anymore. So if you feel like, there is a way to fix whatever you have going on, this isn't for you. It's for those that, have crossed that line of respect already into disrespect. You can't undo the things that you can't come back from. So once, it's whether you guys are putting your hands on each other or calling each other out of your names, there's no coming back from that. So if it's something like that you're still holding on to, you need to just analyze how much time you've put into it, how many tears you've shed, how many times you've talked to your friends about it, where it turns into, I can't even call my friend right now because I've told her so many times I'm tired of hearing myself. You just have to tell yourself that you'll either let go when you're ready, but the time is approaching. And you're going to take the last straw when you're ready, but just know that when you are ready, girl, it's going to feel so good. You're going to feel so good. Just like how you can see your friend, that she has her glow back, that her booty's looking bigger, that she's looking slimmer. Like, the grass really is greener on the other side when it comes to letting go of someone that is physically, mentally, emotionally draining you.
A lot of people prevent the heartbreak because they're scared of going through the heartbreak, not realizing that once they get on the other side of the tunnel, it it outweighs any loneliness you might feel in the moment. And that's what keeps you tolerating this kind of behavior. And one thing that I've also learned too, which I love it because el foco ya se me prendió, like the light bulb finally went off.
Yeah.
Something I catch myself doing a lot is, or I hear a lot, is girls will be like, they'll get stuck in the cycle or whatever, the back and forth, whatever it is, right? And they'll be like, but why doesn't he do this? But why, like, whatever it could be, right? Like, why doesn't he buy me flowers? And why doesn't he plan dates? And why can't he stay faithful? And why does he escalate things to put his hands on me, right? Like, all those things people think about. And they don't say, well, why doesn't he do this instead? And I'm not trying to sound messed up, but it kind of have brought me down to reality. It's like, he doesn't like you enough.
Oh, yeah.
You don't even like yourself enough. And one thing that you said was you need to have that conversation with yourself and say, okay, I'm either going to let go when I'm ready. And pretty much that ends up being what it is, you know? And when you wait to be ready to let go, during the meantime that you start to accept certain behavior, people don't talk about enough how disheartening it could be to your self-worth to have to come to terms with that.
Right.
That like, oh, I'm willing to tolerate this. And it almost makes you uncomfortable with yourself. Same way you get uncomfortable telling your friends the same conversation time and time again, you also get uncomfortable with knowing that your self-value is being compromised at the hands of somebody else because someone who really liked you just wouldn't do this.
Right.
Yeah.
It simplifies, I think, everything that we've like said in this episode. While it's important to have a support system to be able to hear you out, it's also important to know when your friend just wants to vent, when they would actually like an opinion, and value the friends that actually tell you, hey, I see where it's weighing down on you like this. Also, too, for either person listening, whether you're not ready to let go, don't feel like you're the only one, because people tend to feel so shameful in their decisions when they tend to like stay or whatever. And I think in large part too is because before letting go, you try to say like, if I try to do everything to prevent the guilt, then maybe I will feel better in my decision. And you start to just see that it kind of starts to snowball and it starts to get worse and worse and worse. And then eventually you have someone that tells you like, okay, that's it. And then once you're just ready to let go. And anybody that's listening out there that is a support system, answer the phone call. Even if they just want to vent. Like if you have to, let them vent. Maybe put yourself on mute for a little bit, do what you got to do, whatever, you know, because the conversations get long and it gets repetitive and stuff like that. But it simplifies it when you realize that not like that. He just probably doesn't like you enough, you know?
Right.
Also, too, you have to like yourself enough. You have to have your self-worth. So, yeah, my friends, these have been my homegirls that have gotten me through some of the darkest and ghettoest of times. But they have been, I love that they know me just outside of my platforms. They just, they know me as like an individual, as a human being. And it's cool because you guys see the softest sides of me. But we're also really, really funny. These are some of my bestest friends and they've been with me through different chapters in my life. And it's cool because I didn't even think that you needed, not like that. I'm going to say it and then I'll explain it, okay? I didn't even think that you should be there because I thought it was enabling your friend's behavior and not realizing that life will humble you.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely, not that anyone should go through those things, but to understand your friend more, it's, you know, it sometimes takes having to be in that situation to understand that it's easier said than done every time.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think people realize too, like, how much you owe the self-respect to yourself, but to the people around you too, to the people that love you, because it's almost like having to mourn someone that's right in front of them because they choose to be in this relationship. And I don't want to always, like, again, from experience learning, I don't always want to, for lack of better words, blame the friend, right? Or put the responsibility for staying on the friend because Also, too, these people will, like you said, they will love bomb you and they will show you glimpse, and the glimpse will feel like the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. And someone who's not in that situation can't comprehend it because they're like, girl, you didn't see that on Thursday. He was taking you out to dinner, and by Friday, you know, he was doing X, Y, and Z. Like, you don't see that.
Yeah, and just like Khalees said, you know, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. And, you know, your homegirl's calling you, telling you that he did A, B, and C, and then all of this. But when you get off the phone, you know, he's right there telling her, I'm going to give you the world. Like, I'm going to get you all the things you said you wanted, and things are going to get better. And then you hold on to those words and you don't even realize that there's no action behind those words.
Yeah.
You hang on to the potential and the idea of it. And I feel like so many girls do that. They're with, you know, who they're with, but it's going to get better. But it's going to get, no, girl, look at all the time that you wasted. And we're not getting any younger. So when it comes to draining relationships, the grass, like I said, is always greener on the other side. You have to let go. But I mean, everyone lets go when they're ready.
Yeah. Definitely to each their own. We talk about going through it. We talk about being the support system. And I just want to acknowledge the people that probably see their loved one going through it and they get upset. And they get upset not with the person. I understand, you guys. You're not upset with the person going through it. You're upset at the person doing it to them. And I know you think like, well, why are you going to be upset at the person doing it to them when the person that's going through it? Again, I've stated on this podcast, or at least this year on these episodes, that my mindset has really shifted and it's become a lot more merciful. Not so much like enabling, but merciful to the fact that like they might be going through something, but I don't want to come off too strong because I don't want to run my friend off or run my loved one away from then having the confidence to tell me things in the future when maybe things get worse, you know? And it always takes that one moment for you to know like who to call and when. But I do want to acknowledge the resentment that you start to feel towards the other person, even if you don't show it. Like, even if you don't show it, when you're around them or whatever, because I'm your friend, I love you, and I'm going to support you regardless, and I'm going to show face when needed. But no one talks about the resentment that you get towards this person because you start to see that not only are they taking away someone that you love right in front of you, but these motherfuckers always have a hidden agenda. And that's what really hurts the most, that it's like, why are you tarnishing someone I love? And on top of that, fucking with them. Like, you can't even be at peace. So now misery needs company. But that's where my shift has been, to where I'm more merciful to not knowing sometimes why you stay in it. I mean, you don't know in the moment. You get to self-reflect later on and you see that it was moments, potential, you know, all those little small things. But be merciful of your friend. Try to pick up the phone call. If you catch yourself continuously talking to your friends about the same thing, take it as a sign one day when you call everybody. God does not allow anybody to answer, and somehow you have to sit there and you have to reflect it on your own. And I think just overall, just keep being there for your friends. Keep supporting them. Keep being there. You never know when they're going to need the call the most. But also to respect yourself, love yourself, and keep in mind the people that love you too around you. Because these type of situations, while it is supposed to be like laughter and, you know, showcase my personality too, it's something that's sad for the people that love this person to see go through, you know, because you see it happen and man, you can't understand what it is. Like, what is it about this one person, you know? So yeah, definitely thank you guys for always answering my phone calls. And I just think it's like so fucking crazy because on the outside, everyone sees me as like super serious, super like business oriented, and while that side is to me, these bitches be making me crack up. I wish I could tell you guys their nicknames on camera, but Leslie's like,
I swear to God.
But no. These are really friends, like turned family. They've taught me a lot from their different dynamics. And you know what's crazy though? Is like, even though this episode was supposed to be like laughter and us joking around, because this is a real life topic and a lot of people go through it, I just want you guys to know that throughout this entire experience, when it was in my shoes, you guys still kept me laughing the entire time.
Yeah.
And it was cool because, you know, you deal with like certain things. And then when you have your friends or the people you love that you could be yourself around, it feels like such a whoa, okay, sorry. It feels like such a breath of fresh air.
And I
honestly.
feel like deep down you knew that you deserved better because you would come around your friends and you would laugh the way you would, and you would be like, there was also a glow to you when that gray cloud wasn't around.
Mm-hmm.
That when you finally got it out of your life, that you were able to be the bright you that you always are.
Mm-hmm.
And you got a glimpse of it, you know, here and then when you would remove yourself for some time.
Yeah.
But then, you know, you got through it.
Yeah. Because, bro, there would be this like anxiety. Like when you're around the people that you love, it's kind of like weird, but you're just like, you're waiting for what's going to set the other person off. Like you're just waiting for it. Like, okay, fuck, what next? What's going to piss you off now?
You're just walking on eggshells.
No, literally just walking on eggshells. So unhappy. And I think that's what ends up draining you, and it takes away from you being around your friends and stuff. But no. Yeah, I think just pay attention to that. Like they said, like how they saw me, the moments that I was with them and I was back to myself. Really pay attention. And this is what I said on the last episode is pay attention to your nervous system when you're around the people that you love.
Mm-hmm.
Pay attention to your nervous system when you're around someone who's either betrayed you, been just disloyal, not truthful, all the things that come with deceit. Pay attention to the way that your nervous system reacts, because it gets to a point where that is one of the first signs that you are ready to let go. Is when you start to pay attention to your nervous system and it starts to tell you when you're around them how uncomfortable you feel or how uneasy you feel.
Or how much anxiety they give you.
No.
Because a motherfucker that is not good for you is definitely bad for your health and will give you anxiety. They'll make you walk on eggshells. You're just not yourself anymore. You're not with your friends anymore. You just get so anxious being around them.
Okay, but outside of that, when you find a good person, what does that feel like?
I don't know, but we'll be back to let you know. I've yet to find that out, but when I do, we'll be back. Because I'm manifesting him. So if you're out there, you know,
in the comments,
you'll hear he's tall, he's kissing the floor that I walk on, he's respectful. And the thing about it is you can never ask for something that you're not able to reciprocate. So once you're ready and you've grown enough to know that you're going to respect your man, you're going to love him, you're never going to call him out of his name. All these things that you're ready to give is what you deserve to receive. So if you know that you're ready for all of that, you know that you deserve it. Definitely.
Yeah. I'm like, Leslie, I don't think they're all bad. You're like, neither, but I haven't found one that shows me otherwise.
Yeah. No, but prove it.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for being with me through all seasons.
Definitely.
Know that it does get better. I literally, at one point, just to give you guys a little tea, at one point, bro, I went to the doctors when I was like, you know, dealing with this little thorn in my ass. And the doctor's like, what brings you in? I'm like, I feel like I'm dying.
You're like, it's my man. He's like, what happened to me? Like, no, what he did to me.
No, I was like, I just don't feel good. Like, I just need to get checking everything.
Check my ass.
Oh no.
I'm like, yeah. So it will literally make
They said,
you
what's
feel...
wrong? She said, my man, what's wrong with him? He's still here, bitch.
He won't let me go.
He
I'm
won't
like, he won't
leave. Fucking tell him.
Oh my God.
No, but yeah, it will definitely make you feel like that.
Oh yeah.
And then once you're out of it, you realize like I wasn't dying for it.
I was fine, homegirl.
Yeah, and it's getting warmer outside, so
No, yeah. And then
if you ever needed a sign, this is it.
I love how casual you guys are, by the way. Like there'll be things I'm talking about and I'm like, dude, why didn't I see that? You're like, anyways, I could have told you that shit. Anyways, what are we having for lunch? Like,
no, literally.
Why couldn't they see it? Because you didn't want to, bitch. Anyways.
Oh my gosh, I love my friends. I'm like, I wish you guys knew them the way I do, but no, I don't. I'm gonna keep these two. I like these two. They got wabi sabi. Well, that concludes today's episode. So you guys can kind of get, a perspective of everything, how it'll literally make you feel like you're dying, how it's important to have your friend group. It's important sometimes to sit with your thoughts. It's important to tell your friend the truth. And it's also important to let them, or, kind of read the room, see when they want to just vent, see when they want an opinion. And other than that, we love y'all. We're so glad. Can we please do this again? Were you guys that scared?
I mean, I was, but I feel like I still am. So we'll see.
Were you, Khalees? Were you like really, really scared?
I wasn't scared, just a little bit nervous.
Yeah, I feel like you did a really good job.
Yeah, you did a really good job. I would have never thought you guys were nervous. But it was so funny because when I first started the episode, I wanted to start cracking up.
I know you did. I was like, bitch, don't even look at me. Why are you trying to make me laugh? I was like, she's still fucking around. I'm like, okay, lock in. You could do this.
I was like, fuck, should I start rapping or what? I was like, mic check.
On the mic is a queen. Don't even get me started. On the mic is a queen. Now listen to me sing. No, but as soon as we started the episode, I wanted to look at my best friends and be like, I know you guys are shitting bullets right now, but thank you so much for coming on this episode. Thank you guys for coming on the podcast. I love you guys, the ones that are here. I love those that are listening. And I hope that while this conversation touched every topic, I hope it was able to end off on a good note, give you guys a little laugh. Thank you guys for tuning in. And we'll see you guys on the next episode. Say peace out to them.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.